Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakab Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And blessings and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Also out there pushing this word, no truth and sincerity. And yeah, in this video, I just seen this. I came across this video here as I was doing the job of being a watchman, as we're commanded to be, according to the Holy Scriptures, and especially in these last days, in the year of 2020, the year of prophecy, we see a lot of things that are happening. We've seen a lot of things happen, introducing the year of 2020, dealing with the death of, the number 2 general over there in Iran. You had celebrities dying off. You had Kobe Bryant was one of them. You also had major earthquakes happening all over the place, and and now you got this pandemic. It's a pestilence. The truth is, they call it the plandemic. And you pretty much got it to where the elites on the left hand side, which the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, according to the Bible, he's now looking to move forward with his New World Order agenda. And they ain't wasting no time. And what you're about to see in this video, and I'm going to play it for you, it's a short clip. It's only about 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And it's set in New Zealand, I believe. And what you're going to do is you're going to hear it for yourself. And you're going to see exactly what's happening in terms of and this video is from Jeff Centered, by the way, which was pretty much I was put onto this channel by Apostle Tahar. And we got to watch alternative news media, man, because there's a lot of things that are coming out that ain't being reported mainstream. However, when you do a little bit of digging and a little bit of searching, you're going to come across some things that pretty much blow the whistle on Esau and what he's trying to do behind the scenes, man. All right, so, and this is one of them, and I'm going to go into it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Lord willing, it will be edifying. So check this out, man. All right, and this is a guy, and I believe it's a pet shop, because you can see dog in the background, and, anyway, it's a shop. He's gone into the shop, and he's asking, he wants to buy some things, but look at the response that he gets due to COVID-19, all right? And as you can see, the title, it says contact and trace, or you cannot shop in stores due to COVID-19. Contact and trace.
So you're not going to allow me to shop into this place unless I give you my name and my details, is that correct?
So what Animates has asked us to do is in line with the MPI, which is what the government is asking us to do. So they're asking all stores to contact trace where possible. So what we're doing
So that's crazy. So contact tracing. Let's look up what contact tracing is all about. Okay, let's check this out. Right, so here we go. So lucky, I just had to pause this while I found this article right here. It says over here in the UK, the Telegraph.co.uk, it says NHS National Health Service contact tracing app. How does it work, and when can you download it? So they're working on this contact tracing app, which they've been trialing it over there in the Isle of Wight, I believe, and eventually they want to roll it out. And they say that it won't work efficiently unless 60% of the population actually has this app. Alright, so let's go in and read into how it actually works. Okay, it says, with Britain in lockdown, the government has been racing to find ways to ease restrictions without putting public safety at risk. Alright, so here we go again with the same formula that Esau comes with. We really care about your health. We really care about you. We really care about this pandemic and everyone dying. And even though we're trying to kill you, even though we're trying to slaughter you, and even though we're trying to starve you people out, and even though we want ordo ab chaos, even though we want this place to be so engulfed in flames and in turmoil, so we just come through with the ultimate, draconian legislation, which is to chip everybody, which is the mark of the beast. Hey, but still, we have your public safety, in mind. All right. Hey, don't forget about the fact that we enslaved you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Forget about we put you on slave ships. Forget about all the poisoning in the air, the food that's being poisoned, the poisoned water that you have to drink. Forget about that. We just care about your safety, guys. All right, and that's how Esau pushes this, man. All right, and he's a devil. Okay, and you can't trust the devil. It says one solution is a contact tracing app that can enable digital contact tracing on a large scale. So what does that mean now? So if you got this app downloaded on your phone, obviously it's got tracking devices on these phones. They've got the RFID in them, or NFC they call it over here in Europe, and near field communications. That's what NFC stands for. And if you come into contact with anybody with this app that's on their phone, then guess what? It might ping off. It will come up with an exclamation mark or whatever. I mean, you can go and look into the app for yourself. But this is what contact tracing is all about. All right, and but in this video, they're trying to do it the manual way. Okay, and this is the reason why she's telling this individual, look, in fact, let's go ahead and play some more of this. Check this out.
We're taking a name and a number, Michelle. MPI, which is what the government is asking us to do. So they're asking all stores to contact.
And she said, and you know what, man? As soon as he asked her, look, man, what's going on? What's good? I can't shop in this. She just responded to him like a robot, just like, and she looks like a robot. All right, if you look at how her body language is, and she's talking about the government, which the word government means to control the mind. She's just a mind-controlled, fleshly cyborg. For Esau's system, that's what it is. And all these people that you see falling into the category of, I'm just doing my job, sir. All these police and the military, this is just our job. We're just following orders. That's what they do. They're just meatheads in suits, or walking meat puppets, as Apostle Tahar would put it. They're just walking meat puppets, man. Walking around. They're not sophisticated enough to even question the things that they're being told to do or enforce. They just do them, man. And they read things. Okay, right. So they must have a team meeting. They'll sit down. You can imagine, man. They will sit down before they open the store. Right, guys. So what we're going to do, the government has asked us to follow these guidelines step by step. Step 1, just like you're back in school. Step 1, right, open the book. Step 2, have people write their names and their numbers down so we can trace them. So this is what's going on, man. This is what's going on. Check it out, man.
Where possible. So what we're doing is we're taking a name and a number. Michelle, can I just borrow you for a sec? So we're taking just
and she's loving it, man. She's loving the authority. These women, man, and that's why the Lord, this place is out of order, man. You got these women speak. He's a grown-ass man. All he wants to do is go in there and get what he wants to get. And you got this chick standing in front of him. Michelle, can I borrow you for a sec? Yeah, we need your name and number, sir. You cannot shop here. And she's just she's loving the power, man. She's been given the authority, following the guidelines of the government, and that's what she's about, man.
So that we can get in contact with anybody who could come in contact with the virus. Okay,
so you're refusing my ability to come in here and purchase something.
It is the safety of the staff and it's the safety of all the customers that we need to have this register. So without that, you can shop online with us, but unfortunately...
So he just asked her a straight question. You're refusing me to come in and shop in your store. And the first thing she responded to, she didn't even give a yes or no answer. She said, let me play it again, man. Okay? Listen to this.
Come in here and purchase something.
It is the safety of the staff and it's the safety of...
Brothers, that is a robot, man. How can you take the society seriously? What the fuck? What, we supposed to be fitting into a society like this? This ain't living, man. Okay, mindless meat puppets walking around doing the bidding of the so-called white man. Just adhering to his every command. And we're supposed to live like... Man, fuck, you'd rather live off the grid, man. Like them rebels in Demolition Man living underground. Fuck all of this, man. This is ridiculous, bro. Okay? And Esau's doing this because he knows that he has but a short time, man. Let's go ahead and get a scripture and I'm going to finish off this clip, man. Alright? Revelation 12 and 12. Because I don't want to speak too much. I want to get the scriptures in too, That's the most important thing. We've got to feed the flock with these scriptures, man. This is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And that's why he's got his mindless cyborgs doing his bidding, man, enforcing his draconian legislation. All right? Because without his soldiers, without Esau's legions, he can't really enforce it. Without the teeth of the beast, if the beast, you show me a beast with no claws and no teeth, and I show you a beast that ain't to be feared. But guess what? People are going to fear the beast because they're going to force people to do things, man. They're going to deceive them and force them at the same time. Okay? We need to trace you. We need this. And it's for your safety. Don't get it twisted. It's for your safety. And it's for this. So you get looked at like a terrorist now because you get looked at or seen as somebody that doesn't want people to be safe. Because you don't want to put your name and number down on a fucking piece of sheet. Okay? Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. It's for your safety. This is for your safety. Like Bill Gates. He'll come out and say, hey, we need to get everybody vaccinated. Okay? That's how he come. He come with that slick talking. He always wears a shirt and a high-waisted jeans or trousers with the belt. With a shirt tucked in, with the glasses. He just looks like your standard, typical, friendly neighborhood Bill. You know? But then, little do people know that behind the scenes, he's plotting to fucking poke holes in your children and kill off the population, man. You know? The elites of Esau, that's what they're planning to do. Remember, the Georgia Guidestones, man. So let's read it again. And the Georgia Guidestones, so that means that they want to kill off, what, more than 7 billion people on the face of the earth. This ain't no joke, man. Earlier, the brother from the GMS Vegas sit-downs did a video, they're coming for your children. They are, man. They're coming for your children, man. And you think these women ain't going to get weak, you know? Oh, man, we're going to have to take your children away, man. We're going to have to, giving false test results and all kinds of things. So we're living in them times, and we need Yahweh Shai, man. We're coming to the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? This is where we need to call upon the Lord more than ever now, man. You know, it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart, right? War is in his mind, man. Okay, the sword is being sharpened. Okay, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Yeah, so he comes smooth and slick, right? But guess what, man? The sword is being sharpened and war is being prepared for you, your children, you know, your family members, you name it, man. And they don't give a fuck about you, man. They want to take out and sacrifice over 7 billion people on the face of the earth. And we've been telling you that the devil is walking around, you know, the so-called white man, okay, Esau, Edom, and he's looking to do this, man. He ain't playing no games and ain't wasting this major crisis. And that's why they're doing things like this.
Customers that we need to have this register. So without there, you can shop online with us, but unfortunately we will not be able to shop in the shop today.
So you're refusing my ability to be able to purchase something unless I give my personal details. Is that right?
Sir,
is that right?
This is what the
yes.
You see, it's almost like a computer that, you know, she almost had a glitch when he asked her. Listen to let me take it back, man, and really observe what, you know, the reaction, because they're just robots programmed by Esau, man. All right, which they're in the flesh, you know, and they're just meat puppets. But you know what I mean by when I say robots, man. They're just programmed by Esau. Okay, check it out.
Using my ability to be able to purchase something unless I give my personal details. Is that right?
Sir?
Do you know what she might as well said there? She might as well have said access denied. You know? Like, you know when a rogue, you trying to input a password into a computer system, access denied. Like, she's just responding with how she's been programmed by Esau, man. Sir, what I'm saying, check it out, brothers.
Is that right?
This is what the
It's a yes or no question. So you're refusing my ability to be able to purchase something because I won't give you my details.
There is no emotion. There is no empathy. Look at her face. She's just a mindless meat puppet, man. Don't think for herself. And she don't know no better, man. She's just not sophisticated enough. Like Apostle Tar was saying about that cop, you know, that, you know, came up to the brothers at the camp. They're just not sophisticated enough. You know, they just don't know. They don't have anywhere else to go. They're just fitting. They're just cogs fitting in the system and turning the wheels of Esau's machine. That's all they are. Okay, she's standing there blinking. He's asking her straightforward questions that just require a simple, basic answer. And she got, sir, I've just been responding by the government. You know?
If that's how you're understanding what I'm saying.
Is that what you're
And that, you see?
So am I, okay, let me ask you, am I allowed to go in here and purchase something without giving you my name and details?
At this stage, at level 2.
No, so you're breaching my, do you realise you're in breach of my Privacy Act?
But do you
You're in breach of the
understand
Privacy Act
that I am a
by
retail
refusing me
worker?
to allow to come in here and buy something.
And see, and they love to call upon them titles, man. And I'm a retail worker. I'm just a retail. So he's saying, look, you're breaching my Privacy Act. So you're actually breaking the law. So and that shows you that Esau's a hypocrite, man. And that's why the scripture says what? Let's get Isaiah 10. Okay, woe unto them. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's what they've done, man. Let's look up that word grievousness, man. Because this is a very grievous time to be in, man. It's an exciting time, but it's grievous. Why? Because we've got Esau, the wicked, that's troubling us, man. All right. And it says the Hebrew word, I believe, is imal. Okay, imal, and it says toil, trouble, labor, trouble, mischief, toil, and labor. That's what Esau gets down with, man. And he's causing what? Mischief, misery, travail, trouble, and sorrow, man. When you're looking at the KJV translates Strong's, all right, it says labor, mischief, misery, travail, trouble, sorrow, grievance, iniquity. Wow, that reminds me of Micah 2:1. Let's get that. Okay, because Esau, he's decreeing these unrighteous decrees, and woe means destruction. So Esau, you're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, and here's another woe for you. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. The same ones that are decreeing these unrighteous decrees and writing grievousness which they prescribe, they're devising this iniquity, man, and work evil upon their beds. Because remember, the scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It reads on, it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Why? Because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, and the Most High ruleth in the kingdoms of men. So the Lord has set up Esau in his power seat. And he's so proud to think that he's going to establish this new world order and he's just going to rule forever and have perpetual slaves. But he doesn't seem to understand that the Lord has appointed the bounds that he cannot pass, man. All right, so go ahead with all that pride, Esau, but you're about to look, man. You're grasping at straws in your kingdom, man. The Lord is knocking on your door, you know. And the more you come forward with this new world order agenda, man, because remember the scripture says in Job, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Okay, which means a position of difficulty. Let's finish this clip off.
And making me give my details, you're in breach of my privacy. Do you understand that?
I can understand where you're coming from.
Is this your?
See, I can understand where you're coming from. See, that's the empathetic side, if that's the word to use. You know, reaching out. You know, but really and truly, man, she's just following these orders. They're not sophisticated enough to feel. They just follow because they need to get paid. At the end of the day, you got so many people getting laid off work, you know, for less. So if she ain't even trying to follow the guidelines, then she's going to get looked at as she ain't playing ball by Esau's systems and his guidelines. So she's going to get the sack. Now, how's she going to feed her family? So these people are really scared. These people are they're forced to be the way that they are, bro. Okay, they're forced into enforcing Esau's laws. Some of them get a kick out of it at the same time, but some of them actually just do it because they need to put food on their table. And I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm just saying they ain't got any other choice. Contact and trace, or you cannot shop in stores. That's the title of this, man. Jeff Censored. It's a very good channel, man. He puts up a lot of stuff that, you know, underground stuff that you won't really see on the news because they don't want you to see this stuff. And guess what? This is in New Zealand. Now, what I wanted to do is, the fact that this is in New Zealand, right? As you can see, the title says New Zealand. You cannot shop unless you are traced. These contact tracers, you got Esau hiring these contact tracers all over the place to try and catch people out, whether they've been in contact with anyone with COVID-19 and so on and so forth. Okay? So back to this contact tracing thing, it says the UK is planning to use trained teams to find people who have coronavirus symptoms. So you're going to have people that are literally moving like agents, just like in the Matrix, man. You know? And you had the scene where Morpheus was walking down the street with Neo, and he asked him if he was listening or was he looking at the woman in the red dress. You know? And then he goes, look again. And then he looked again, and then there was Agent Smith pointing a gun to his head. But before that, you saw the police cop, he had his foot, and he was writing a parking ticket, and he was looking dead in Neo's eyes, man. You know? Just saying, look, just give me a reason for me to lay you down. And that's exactly how these people are they're being trained. They're trained teams, Arkham, to find people who have coronavirus symptoms. So if anyone sneezes in public now, get him. That's it. Arrest him. Now they got these concentration camps set up. You just might, look man, you might go out, I'm just going down to the pharmacy, love, and all of that. You might go to your favorite supermarket, you shop around the corner. It might even just be up the road. And little do you know, man, you got a contact tracer geezer, and he's abiding by all the social distancing laws. He's in the queue right next to you. You just cough. Next thing you know, get him. And now you're in a camp. And we say, hey, man, look, man, it might sound funny, but at the end of the day, this is what's coming, man. You know, this is actually what's happening, and this is what Esau's planning to do. Okay, you're dealing with the terrors of the Lord, man. All right, the Lord is using Esau, who's the sword of the Lord, on the left-hand side. And that's why King David said, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. It says, the UK is planning to use trained team to find people who have coronavirus symptoms, working with the army. Working with the army, man. The sword is being prepared. The sword is being sharpened. And it's about to be given into the hand of the slayer. When you read Ezekiel 21 and 9 on down, that's exactly what it speaks about, man. So we're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Armies kicking in your doors, contact tracers kicking in your doors. You know, you've been marked as having symptoms of COVID-19. They're coming in with the hazmat suits, and they just take you away into a fucking a black site, man, or some concentration camp. And now you just sitting there, separated from your family. 1 minute you was having dinner around the table with your family, sipping on some wine. You know, next minute you're in a concentration camp with a bunch of strangers. You don't even know where your son is, where your daughter is. You know, you got adrenaline pumping through your body because you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening to you. But guess what? The elect, man, they're going to be all right. All right. The elect are going to be safe. All right. Like the scripture says in Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, man. All right. It says, working with the army to make thousands of calls a day to track the spread of COVID-19, all of which will be complemented by the contact tracing app. So this contact tracing app, man, they're trying to use this now to start contact tracing people to find out where the hell you've been. Okay, now I made a point earlier. I said that was in New Zealand, right? But I got this article right here, and this is it's called Statista.com. All right, and as you can see at the top, it says COVID-19 deaths worldwide as of May 20, 2020, the year of prophecy, by country. All right, so this is the listed deaths by country. Okay, we're going to go into this. All right, it says as of May 20th, 2020, the outbreak of the COVID-19 disease has spread to 6 continents, and approximately 325,000 people had died. 238 people had died. 325,238 people had died after contracting the respiratory virus, and around 32,000 of these deaths occurred in Italy. And these are the data that they're giving you, man. All right, and you're supposed to take their word for it. That is statistically accurate, and the numbers that it's not being messed with, and the COVID-19 deaths that people that go into the hospitals for and they die of something else, they're also being reported as COVID-19 deaths, but we're not supposed to know that, and this and that, and all these things are happening, man. All right. Now, what I really wanted to focus on is you got the list of all the countries of the number of deaths, and at the top it says the world, the number that we quoted earlier, over 325,000. Then you got Number 1 is the USA, okay, which is Babylon the Great, which is America. Number 2 is the UK. Then Italy, France, then all the way down. Okay, all the way down, Arkim. Now what I want you to do is focus on this. Check this out. See more data. Click see more data. See more data. Going all the way down. These are the numbers that they've given us. Okay? Going all the way down. Boom. Number 21, New Zealand. Right at the bottom of the spectrum. 21 deaths only in New Zealand. Now 21 deaths. All of this for 21 deaths? All of this for 21 deaths. But guess what? The reason why they're doing that, right, is because they're saying, look how low the death rate is in New Zealand. They must be doing something right. Now compare that to America, or compare that to Italy, or compare that to the UK. We need to be implementing this contact trace now, just like New Zealand. And they can actually call on these statistics now and say, look how it's working in New Zealand. And that's why she's talking about it's for your safety. Going back to the scripture, let's go back to Psalms 55. Right? Because they just care about you, right? They just want you to be safe and comfy and warm, and they don't want to harm your children, even though they fuck with the food you eat and the water you drink and the air you breathe. They just want to, make sure you're safe. All right? Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? But war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right? So there you go, man. Okay? Hey, another one for you. The scripture says in Sirach, so, Esau comes with that smooth talk. Yeah, we just care about your safety, mate. And then all of a sudden, you just dropping dead, man. People are just dropping dead. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. That's it. Never. Don't trust his statistics. Don't trust the numbers that he gives. Don't trust him when he says it's about your safety, about your well-being, especially you saints, especially you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. What do you think this was? What? He just finished putting his foot up your ass and then he said, look, we care about you now? Hell fucking no, man. You're dealing with Jacob versus Esau here. You're dealing with the good being set against the evil. Okay? You're dealing with Jacob supplanting his birthright from Esau. Okay? And that hate, that hate going back all the way to the beginning, the book of Genesis, is continuing on to this very day. And all of a sudden, you're supposed to believe that he has your interests at heart. For as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. No matter how much you try to get rid of rust on a car or whatever, man, or the chassis of a car, it will always come back. And that's like Esau's wickedness, man. That wickedness will always be there. Why? Because you go to Jeremiah chapter 13 and 23. It says, can the Ethiopian change his skin? Right? Or the leopard his spots? Have you ever seen that? No, you ain't. Right? It says, then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. So he's on them settings, man. Alright? Like a computer game when you got a character that's just built to destroy and cause mischief and havoc throughout the computer game. That's Esau's character, man. That's the way the Lord built him. He's accustomed to do evil. Alright? In fact, let's see if we can get that word accustomed in the Blue Letter Bible and see if we can get any, because we got to go into them words. Okay? Because going into these words, it brings the scriptures to life. Right? I believe, what's that Hebrew word there? Lamawad? Salakia, my Hebrew is a bit rusty. It says, taught, learned, disciplined. Taught, accustomed to something. Okay, let's see what the root word says. It says to exercise in, to be trained, to be taught. Esau was built this way. Okay? He is built and exercised in the works of evil, man. Okay? And there you go. He's accustomed to it, man. Like when you go to the store and you want to get fitted for a suit or something, man. You got these guys, I want to get a tailored suit. They go into the store and they get fitted. They get the measurements and shit. The same way that they get accustomed is fitted to them. It's like custom fit, man. That's how Esau, the wickedness is tailored to Esau. And it sticks on him, man. And that's why he can't... Oh, another one. Was it Proverbs 16 and 4? It said, the Lord have made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Let me read that again. The Lord Yahweh have made all things for himself. So he made all things. Okay? Yahweh actually laid the blueprints down. He's the grand architect, so to speak. He's responsible for... Look, man, he's the chief designer, man, the director on high, if you will. That's the Lord. And guess what? Yea, even the wicked did he make for the day of evil. Okay, so the Lord, he made the wicked, man. And the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. So it just makes sense. It makes perfect sense, man. Alright, if the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, what are you going to see flourishing throughout the earth? Wickedness. That's why you see homosexuals being able to get married. That's why you see transgenderism at an all-time high. That's why you see the air being polluted. The trees are dying. The birds are dying. The sea is polluted. All of these things, right, is because Esau is accustomed to do evil. That is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and finish off this clip. All right.
Someone higher up the ladder, is it?
No. She is another worker that works here, and we are protecting our staff and our customers by following the MPI
How are you
guidelines.
protecting me by breaching my privacy?
I just need to get you to wait a moment. It is not my choice. I am following what my company has told me and what they have been told.
Have you ever heard of the Nuremberg Code?
No, I have not.
Nuremberg Code is the trials that Hitler did after the war, and when he put all his minions through the courts there, and they said that just doing my job is not an excuse for breaching people's rights. So again, you're refusing me.
Hey, bro, and she's blinking, man. She's just blinking, man. She even said, "Look, it's not even my fault. Like I've just been told. This is what I've been told to do." It's like, man, it's almost like trying to teach the scriptures to someone that the Lord ain't dealing with. They just goes in one ear and out the other, man. They're not set up. They're not built. They're not sophisticated enough, bro. You know, and that's what it is. Like, you know, and Esau, you know, like the scripture says, Esau is like the deaf adder that stoppeth the air. You can't teach the scriptures. You know, they won't get this, man. And this is only for the elect anyway, for the Israelites. You know, this word is for Israel, but only the elect are going to obtain it. Even 2/3 of our people ain't going to get this truth, man. Okay? They might just blink at you just like this woman's blinking at this guy, you know, talking about that times back in Hitler's day and all of that. She don't give a fuck about what he's saying, bro. She just wants to get paid for put food on the table. Yeah, and just try and sell them doggy poo bags or whatever they're selling in there, man. You know, dog leads and all kinds of... That's what it is, man. You know? So even a pet store, you know, you got to get contact and traced.
Entry into here and to purchase something unless I give you my personal details.
I understand, sir. If you have a complaint, you can call 0800 Animates and complain to them about their services. But unfortunately, I cannot allow you to come into the store.
How do you feel about...
And that's it. And that's it. That's where it stopped. She was done with it, man. She was done with it. Like, okay, sir, you're gonna have to step aside now. And then, you know, you can probably guess what. I mean, you can see in these stores, people are getting frustrated. So what's gonna happen now is people are gonna start getting frustrated and people are gonna start rioting, man. Okay, why is that gonna happen? Because people are gonna get fed up with this. What do you mean I gotta give you my personal details? I gotta put my personal number down on your so you can trace me and shit? No, you know. And people are waking up to Esau's bullshit, man. Alright, so hey, till the next time, man. Hey, I pray this was an edifying video. I don't want to make this too long. And Lord willing, I'll come back with another one, man. Shalom.